Hello everybody. I wish I could be with you today because this is a very important gathering. But we have a environmental conference, the Global Climate Summit right out here. It is the third year in a row that we have that, where the whole world is coming together talking about environmental issues, very important issues. It's a sub-government kind of a sub-national government kind of an organization. And it's really wonderful, the kind of things that we accomplish here. And of course, California, as you know, is the leader in environmental issues. But talking about leadership, we also want to be the leader in high-speed rail. And of course, there's many reasons why I feel so passionate about high-speed rail. I believe very strongly we should have high-speed rail all over the state of California and all over the United States, just like we did the freeways, building the freeways in the 40s and 50s, especially under Eisenhower, to build this whole network of freeways that worked so well and everyone is using now. We should do the same thing with high-speed rail. But there's many reasons why I think it's important that we move forward and do something really good with high-speed rail. First of all, the speed. I mean, how much longer do we need to go and travel the same speed as we did 100 years ago? I mean, that's embarrassing. I know that there's some trains that go a little faster now, but it's really Mickey Mouse, let's admit it. And then, of course, there's another reason. We need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We know that when we have high-speed rail, that we don't need to use as many airplanes. And this is very beneficial here in California and will be very beneficial all over the United States. So there's another reason why we want to have people travel as quickly as possible. And we all know for economic development, the faster we move people and goods, that's economic power. And this is why all over the world they're building the high-speed rail. And then, of course, the California's high-speed train system runs on 100% renewables. So this is an environmental impact also, because we all know that every time that the plane takes off, it emits greenhouse gases. If we do it through electric power, it's not as good as if we do it through renewable energy. So this is what we want to do in California, and hopefully they will want to do that also all over the United States. And what that means basically is, and this is here the big candy, 12 billion pounds of greenhouse gases out of the environment every year. Imagine that amount of greenhouse gases that we just take out of the environment. Now that's just in California. Think about if we do that nationwide, how much that would be. So from that point of view, from an environmental point of view, also very, very important. And then there's the economic stimulus. I mean, I don't have to tell you that when you build high-speed rail, I mean, we have a formula here for every $1 billion that we spend on infrastructure, we create 18,000 new jobs. Think about how many hundreds of thousands, even millions of jobs it will create nationwide if we start building high-speed rail. So this is really terrific because we can get those poor people that are out of work to work and start being able to provide for their families and paying for the kids' school and all of those kind of things. So another important fact. And then, of course, building infrastructure. I am a big believer in building infrastructure. And I tell you another thing, that I've ridden high-speed rail all over the world. I've been in Germany and rode the high-speed rail. I was there several times to ride the high-speed rail in France, and they're bragging about it there, that for how long they've had the high-speed rail already. Then in China and South Korea and everywhere, including in Japan. I remember in my bodybuilding days, I was riding the high-speed rail in Japan. This was now in the late 70s, early 80s. And so it's wonderful to ride the high-speed rail. It's wonderful to go to Germany and to ride 200 miles an hour, or in France, 365 kilometers an hour, or to go to China and to ride it even faster than anyone else. Great. But it makes me mad that we don't have it in the United States. I mean, what is that? We're supposed to be the leaders. We are supposed to be the number one country in the world. I think it is so important that we also have the high-speed rail, because all over the world they're building it. Let us build the best system in the world. We can do it because America is the best country, and I've been all over the world. We should be the number one. We should be the leader, and California is going to provide that leadership. And this is why it is so important that all of you, the people that are so passionate about this, are coming together here. And I want to thank you. I want to thank the High Speed Rail Authority right here in California. under the authority of Rilov von Ark. I mean, that guy is a genius. He has come in and has provided great leadership. And then, of course, the United States High-Speed Rail Association, which is another organization with passionate people under the leadership of Andy Kuntz. I mean, that guy is also an expert, passionate about it, and that's what it needs. It needs people like me, people like you that are passionate, that go out there and push and push and push, and eventually we're going to get it done. And let me tell you something, failure is no option. And don't think that when we have a setback one day that we should always give up. No. So let's not give up on high-speed rail. Let's just push forward. We're going to do it. And we will be the pioneers. Trust me. So thank you very much for all the work that you're doing. And I will see you at the next meeting.